How's it going? Today's 5th of March, Tuesday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities are available there. Something that I was taking a look at recently, that will be libraries. Let's see what kind of information we can find. And briefly, right, in previous video, I was taking a look at accounts, right? I wasn't able to find any buildings or anything reflected on accounts. That's what I'm interested in. Sometimes those some that's what I'm looking for. How many billions are we talking about? But either way, I couldn't find it, right. Since haven't managed to find it, the only thing I would say would be close to you, that would be revenue, and it would be reflected on accounts revenue expenditure. That's the best number that I managed to find, and that would be about 134, perhaps just over that millions, right? The revenue and how revenue was expended, right? So since I was taking a look at yesterday, so about the grant funding, financial opportunities made available to libraries and how libraries receiving finance. So council perhaps is subsidizing libraries subsidizing some of the businesses. So I was trying to understand all the process, right? Once that's been said, let's take a look at some of the investments into buildings, right? Of libraries or improvement of infrastructure that's being made, right? Well, some might say buildings are important. I would say buildings not, at least it shouldn't be that important. I would say upgrading all digital infrastructure within libraries would be 100 times more important than buildings, if you'd ask me. But either way, let's take a look at some of those investments that are being made within Central Library in UK. Why would anyone invest in real assets, real something that's real, right? So that's where investments being made, and perhaps then you can take out loans against those assets. There's a lot of things going on, right? Instead of investing in things that people can connect to and use some of those libraries and infrastructure searching for things, right? Or which might be more useful. But anonymous planning approval for British Library extension, right? So that was made last year, January 31st, right? We're excited to announce there's the name of the council and some of its investments. So that I was trying to find on accounts, right? So they're making and or looking to improve a lot of the physical infrastructure, right? There might be a private, I don't know, there might be a private companies working together with libraries, and there might be some charitable donations where the money would come from that I'm not aware of. I was trying to find it, I couldn't find it, right? But they do make, as of now, they do looking to make some of those investments and improve some of that infrastructure, right? Briefly, right? So that's building, and size of the building massively with London Knowledge Quarter. The project will provide 100,000 square library facilities, creating brand new space for culture, learning, research, and business, right? So we look into the schedule and or restructure some of those buildings, offering more space, which should be important, I guess. If we were to take a look at some of the statistics, how many people are actually visiting, and all of those numbers are declining, or those numbers are increasing. If those numbers are increasing, how many people are visiting libraries? Perhaps then we need a bigger building, right? If those numbers of people who are visiting libraries are declining, investing in digital infrastructure should be perhaps more important. I haven't taken a look at the numbers, right? It's not. I don't really care about this part. Let's progress in some opportunities, right? Quickly, right? I'm trying to find something that I was taking a look at yesterday. Right? Some of those programs and how successful some of those programs have been when it comes to launching and or supporting individuals of starting their own business, right? It's something I was mentioning previously, right? So I thought that would be a good introduction, starting with accounts and progressing into programs, and how successful some of those investments have been into the programs, right? I'll find that information in just a second. Just before I do that, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the announcements made when it comes to investments and some of those investments and all libraries being perhaps subsidized, right? I haven't read it, right? And let's take a look at it. That to the particular council, right? Norfolk Country Council faced difficult decisions to deliver on its ambitions for people of Norfolk against a difficult economic climate and more than a decade of reduced funding. Each year, the council reviews its budget and proposes savings it will need to make for the following year to balance its budget. I haven't read it, but perhaps not a good thing, right? But either way, we carry out the annual budget and council tax solicitation for 2024-25 between October and December 2003. However, government's autumn statement provides funding settlement, which follow the budget consultation set out the worst funding position for local authorities than had previously been anticipated. As a result, the council is 4 million worse off than it has expected to be. That's a bad sign, by the way. We're gonna be cutting. I was taking a look at the libraries. That's where I end up. But either way, for 2024-25, the council has proposed for 41.5 million new savings, which may require further consultations. The council is doing its best to protect key services, but faces with rising costs, rising demand, and underfunding, it must make difficult decisions to balance the books. Okay, okay. In this context, you shouldn't say books, but let's progress. Norfolk Country Council is committed to making Norfolk. I haven't read, by the way. Norfolk country where business, organizations, and communities continue to try together. Better together. Okay, strategy. Sets out ambitions to be one of the highest performing counties in the country, overseeing economic growth, creating jobs and opportunities for people of Norfolk, while maintaining and cherishing our environment, countryside heritage. However, we like the upper tier local authorities continue to face every significant pressure rising from rising costs, driven by inflation, growth in demand, and national living wage, right? So this is how they would define it. I'll continue, but let's break this down here and let's continue reading. I don't know. I'm interested in what actions they're gonna be taking, right? Although the council's budget increased each year with the council tax, it is not enough to meet a growing need and costs. The October 2023 cabinet meeting considered a 24-25 saving proposal, totally 26.5 million. As of now, I'm not affected by that. Perhaps it depends, but as of now, I'm not affected. Have reached out to the team. Perhaps there would be a ways how I can potentially help team when it comes to sourcing some of the capital and increasing budget. As of now, I don't think that I'm affected. Everyone's affected by in that way, but not directly, right? They make significant contributions towards our target. That would be 41.5 million, and will help the council to continue to drive the key services for Knoxville residents while advancing the books. It's these difficult times that the council cannot afford any compliance and working with its partners, we consider how the best to deploy our own limited resources to support the most vulnerable people and communities while continuing to provide wide public services. Below you can find links to consultation of following proposals. Okay, so there might be some process in place where people can engage and offer different solutions to their current situation, but that might be, or perhaps it should be, all the councils should consider this kind of things, but either way. Well, that should be important, right? For every council working with limited resources. Quick feedback, right? There might be a team, right? If I were to reach out to this team, I would need someone who can make decisions, right? If I would be able to find this person, and if that person who I would be able to find, if this person is interested in managing projects, right? Since I'm covering a lot of grant funding and all of that, right? I need to, my business or any business or industry would need to collaborate with local government, right? So that would be myself coming as an industry. I need to find someone from this council who is interested in doing something. That's the only challenge that I have as of now. So I need to chat to this organization if that's a survey I can take part in, and I need to find the eager person who likes to do things. if I would find this person, we can perhaps increase revenue on the books, right? This is how they define it, right? So I can do it, but usually people they would say that they're doing something. Most likely they won't be doing anything. So I don't know. I can take part in that, but perhaps later today or something, right? But I'm reading this for the first time. I'm more interested in I think of this organization or council had shared some numbers. Let's take a look at those numbers. Okay, I can't find it. And then it comes to library performances, right? And how well some of those libraries, I know how many people those libraries manage to help, right? It would be kind of balanced perspective, right? And then allocating finance and or supporting libraries, right? I can't find it right now. It would be too much of my time trying to find this particular article. Let's finish this video on different information. Let's take a look at this console and some of the programs being launched within this console, right? Most of the consoles right now, they're looking to launch those. Not necessarily limited to UK, other parts of the world are looking to launch very similar programs, right? Let's take a look at what this console would consider to be very important, right? That would be 4 areas, right? It's very similar ones to wherever you might be within UK or the rest of the world. That would be Norfolk business secures funding to develop a globe-friendly shipping solutions in Norway. So that would be perhaps logistics, right? And they're allocating 650,000 to this area, as well as 1.5 million boost for 12 pioneering projects, right? So every project, just doing a math, right? Every project, 1.5 million. So every project would receive close to 100,000, close to 100, perhaps just over that, right? And that would be 12 different pioneering projects would receive that much amount, right, to boost activity levels in the area, which is great, right? Let's progress to the next opportunity. USA on proposed 6 million plus boost for this particular council, right? So we're receiving that much money, I guess, from central government, I would say. But either way, let's progress. And the last opportunity would be Bureau Valley Pass gets a boost for the Experience Projects Green Infrastructure Investment. So we're looking to invest in different projects, infrastructure projects, production of energy, and that energy in the way how that energy would be produced, right? We can delve a little bit deeper in any of those. Perhaps more of the interest might be 600 million. I would say perhaps that would be important based on the sum of money. Perhaps that would be the most important article. Let's delve a little bit deeper and close the video on this article. That's article that we're gonna be taking a look at, right? That you can have USA on 600 million plus deal to unlock opportunities to deliver more jobs, housing, and investment with major power and or funding transfer from Westminster. Would that be central government to local government? Okay. Let's see. Perhaps they might. As of now, I haven't done any research. Perhaps there's already a lot of business in the area, and that you can hire people because there isn't, and everyone's busy. I don't know, right? That's what's happening, right? But either way, I don't know, right? I'm far away from that location, right? But either way. It's just because I had the chance reaching out to the team, and it seems that the team local management or council might be interested in doing something. That's the only reason why I'm taking a look at this article. Other than that, I would be scrolling by. Perhaps they have received some pressure to think outside the box and or engage with more wider communities. That's the only reason why I'm reading this information. Agreeing the deal would mean that from 2024 onwards we can target funding and resources to Norfolk on priorities, attract and remain in new and or key business and or sectors, invest in the skills and new known we need, unlock housing and employment sites, have a council leader who is directly elected by the public with their first election in May 2024, raise our profile nationally, enabling our voices to be heard by government and help shape future policies. Okay. So it's something they're looking to accomplish, right? So which is great, right? So I'll take part perhaps in the survey. I see if I can reach out and if I would be able to find a person. It can be a person with no experience. It doesn't matter. The person at least needs to know how to do things. If anything, I can explain how to do it. It can be men, women. Doesn't matter. The person need to have some understanding. But either way, I might be able to find a person. I hope. Let's progress from that. It's just because I have reached out to a person and the person very knowledgeable about some of the sectors. I might be able to work with that person, but as of now, I haven't got the response right. As well as I would be trying to take a part in some of the service, and they might be allocating me a person and how we can engage and perhaps bring more business to local communities. Thanks for watching. See you next one.